My strategy for you, I'm giving you a strategy. If you are starting up, I'm going to give you a strategy right here of the strategy I used 15 years ago in 2009 in the hardest economy to hit this country in a long time, where most people folded. I started up. And my strategy is a micro marketing, micro market, hyper local strategy. And here's what I did. I literally named my company Nature Pest of Doral. Why? Because I did all my business in one city, and literally 80% of my business was in one development alone. People saw me there every single day, and they thought I had hundreds of clients there because you are always here. I see you here every day. If you have no money and you've got 40, 50 clients, why are you going home until you've sold something? You should not be going home to your wife, to your family, without saying, I talked to 50, 60, 100 people today, and 99 turned me down, but I got one. You're quitting because you're hoping it's going to be easier than it really is. And if you can come to term with those numbers, because selling is all about numbers, marketing is all about numbers. It's a numbers game. And if you can play the numbers game and understand it, you can walk away from 99 no's and say, thank you for the 99 no's, because it puts me closer to my one yes. And a lot of you can't accept that. You look at it as defeat. I said, that's the game. That's the game. How many shots are taken in a basketball game, and how many shots actually make the net? How many times is the ball rushed? Is the ball carried? And how many times did it actually go across the finish line? How many swings at a bat you take to that one home run? Their numbers are there. The stats are there for a reason. And you have to just get mentally, it's not about even being mentally tough. It's just really about accepting that reality. So what I did was I was in a development, and the way I got started is I started developing relationship because my specialty was lawn and ornamental. I built a relationship with all the landscapers. I would offer to pay them $50, $100. You saying I can't afford to pay $100? Listen, if you're looking at the long-term value of a client, $100 to pay a landscaper to start referring you their clients is peanuts compared to the $150 to $400 you're going to pay in advertising to get a conversion. Where people say $25 a click, that's ridiculous. That's the reality. You have to accept that reality. My cigar shut off on me as I talk too much. Daggone it. And I'm too lazy right now to get up and go get another lighter because I didn't bring my lighter. But if you go into a neighborhood and you look, if you haven't gotten out of a 5 mile radius, let's say you're in the average metropolitan cosmopolitan city, what I want you to do is I want you to find where the money is. You got to follow the money. You always have to follow the money. You go to the neighborhoods where you know the income is 100 to 150,000 plus a year. You map that area for 5 miles. You're probably going to have 5,000 homes in that area in a zip code. And you farm that area every single day. If you're driving there for a client on that day, you should be hitting 50, 60, 70 houses. I don't care if you have to buy a Segway on a credit card. You put it on a hitch, attach it to the back of your truck, you park your truck, and you go on a Segway around that entire neighborhood knocking on every door. I hate door knockers. I don't like it. I don't care what you like. It isn't about what you like. People don't like doors knocked. It doesn't matter what people don't like being marketed to. People don't like being sold. Yet people are getting hit with 50,000 pieces of marketing a day. And you think your flyer that you put out that has no strong offer, that has a million words of text that nobody's going to read, has a crappy design, and you think that's going to get you a conversion? You're kidding yourself. I don't mean to piss on your parade, but that's reality. I've done direct mail marketing, but I knew when to hit when that happened. And I went ahead and did a flyer and I sent it out to 5,000 homes during a time where there was an epidemic on one specific insect on plants that everybody had in that neighborhood and everybody was getting. And that one flyer, which I must have spent 5,000, made me over $28,000 in new revenue and new customers. That was a one hit wonder. I tried to replicate that again and I couldn't. But I was smart enough to know, hey, I'm going to do this right now. But that was it. It's not going to work every single time. You look at the mail companies when mail order was big. Bed Bath and Beyond was sending out a flyer every 2 weeks to my house. I literally marked it, an offer and a coupon to get me into that store. Yeah, it's not going to light up. So what I say is, don't come home if you just started out in business and you haven't prospecting. Prospecting is hard. The term prospecting, if you know history, comes from mining for gold. And the average person never mined enough gold to eat that day because you had to move a lot of dirt. You didn't know how to mine for it. You were panning in a river and you were prospecting. What you're doing every single day is finding out who has an interest. The problem is until you knock on that door, you don't know if there's a need or a want. You have to know if there's a need or a want. The only way you're going to do is to talk to people. If you want to do gas stations and restaurants, you should be driving by every single gas station you drive by, going in and talking to them and saying, hey, let me write you up a quote. We don't need a quote. We got to come. I'm going to write you up one anyway. I don't care. It's a mindset. I don't care that you have no need or want. I'm going to give you a quote right now. I'm here. That ant trail. Are you interested in taking care of that ant trail? See, if you take a 5-mile radius, folks, I'm giving you this for free. You take a 5-mile radius around the area you want to hit. Run Facebook ads around that 5-mile area. Facebook ads are the cheapest right now they've ever been because there's so much competition on Instagram, TikTok, and all these other platforms, and they're cheap. Do it on a 5-mile radius. Now you do Facebook ads on a 5-mile radius, and now you take Nextdoor on a 5-mile radius. And what you tell people is, listen, every single week, because you're going to be there automatically every day that week, right? You're going to be on Thursdays because you're doing one house in that territory. You said, anybody who wants a free spray, I will give you a free one-time spray for ant control, whatever it is you're trying to control around your house on Thursday. Everyone gets it for free. You put that ad out on Facebook. You put the ad out on Nextdoor. You're putting out a flyer that says, hey, every Thursday for the next year, whatever, offer expires every month, and you just redo the offer. And you say, but I'm not going to give it away. I'm not going to give initial away. Why not? Think about this. Right now, you're sitting in your truck with your thumb up your butt, running around getting no clients. You have no money for marketing, which costs you 150 to 400. When you factor in how many clicks it takes to get a conversion, how many calls it takes to get a conversion, then how many people drop off and cancel on you, and you don't have the bandwidth, you don't have the networks, you don't have the connections, why wouldn't you just give away the service to get someone to try it, to get them hooked on it like a crack dealer? I mean, they do it all the time. Why can't you learn from a drug dealer? I don't get some of the mentality that I hear from people. I'm not going to give my service away. I said, restaurants do it all the time. Get a free dessert if you buy a meal. Come in for a free drink to get you in the door. The number one marketing word in marketing for the last 1 million years has been free. I will do a free inspection. I will do a free service around your house only on Thursdays when I'm in that territory. And now that truck is there every single running around. People see you running around with a Segway. They have to be curious of what is a grown-ass man with a tablet in his hand doing with a shirt that has on the back plastered pest control, running around a neighborhood. And if you're there every single week, you're already going there, knock on 50 doors. You have nothing else to do. You have nothing else to do but go home, put your head on your pillow and cry about how hard it is, instead of just doing something, eating that frog, biting the bullet, getting it done, because that's going to be your only way. Well, all these pest control companies that are doing all this, they don't even know what they're talking about. Great. So if you know what you're talking about, why aren't you doing it? I would be doing a YouTube video with a YouTube channel with your company name and the city and a playlist of that city every single week of the pest problem you find in that neighborhood. And I would be doing it right there on site live, like I'm doing here now. Frank the Pest Geek is live. Joe the Pest Geek in, Bentley, whatever city you're in, is now live. And you do no editing. You don't have to go back. I don't have time to go to a studio. What software should I use? Ding dong. You're there. You have a phone. You buy a software like this that costs you, I think this costs $25 a month. And you go live on Facebook, you go live on Twitter, you go live on all of these platforms from your phone and saying, this is the problem I'm finding in this community. And this is how you solve it, Mr. Customer. This is the product you use. This is what you use. This is what. And you know what? Those people who are making $150,000 a year in that neighborhood ain't never going to do it. You have nothing but time on your hands. And you're sitting there going, I wish there was an easy button. There is no easy button. Nobody's coming to save you. There's nothing, no amount of prayer is ever going to do the work for you. Farm that 5-mile area for a year. And if you can't bring in 500 clients, if you don't, until you've exhausted 10% of that market, of that neighborhood, and gotten 10% and kicked everybody in there and went ruthless on everybody and cutthroat, because you're going there, you're saving the time. I was so high priced, it didn't matter to me, because I was in a neighborhood where houses were going for $1 million while everybody else was selling there for 200,000. They would spend the money with me. They would see my truck and says, when you're done, I see you here every day. When you're done spraying his lawn, come and spray my lawn. Because they see you there every day. That's your marketing strategy. Stop wanting to go everywhere, all over God's creation, because somehow a 5-mile radius with 5,000 houses isn't big enough for you when you haven't even closed 1% of that. When you've exhausted 50 houses in that neighborhood, in that 5-mile radius, then come and talk to me about how you need to expand your territory. When I talk to people about franchises, and I said, I'm limiting you 500,000 people. They're like, no, I want to be able to go anywhere I want. I said, you're an idiot, because you don't have the money to do all that marketing to go into 2 counties. You just want to have the freedom to say, if somebody calls me from 2 hours away, I'm going to go drive 2 hours because I need to eat today. I said, that is the mentality that is killing all of you. That you do not understand business. You don't understand sales. You don't understand marketing. You understand how to be a good technician. You're a great person. People love you. You're a good human being. You have a great heart. But that isn't enough to cut it in business. You have to be gentle as a dove and shrewd as a snake. See, the commandment is dual. You don't want to be shrewd as a snake. But I be going in there and saying, every Thursday, you got 5 neighborhoods that you have 5 clients in, and you're going out for 2 to 3 clients in a day when you're just starting out. It would be like, Fridays, I'm doing this, and I'm doing this marketing campaign. And on Wednesday, I'm doing this marketing campaign. And on Thursday, I'm doing this marketing campaign. And I'm hitting everybody here in this area. And then when you start making money and you got $500, $1,000 a month, you keep putting it back into those Facebook ads. You can do, I'm doing right now, Google AdWords. Okay, folks, Google AdWords in a very tight area with 400 keywords. And I'm paying 40 something cents, 12 to 40 something cents a click. Yes, it will take 10, 15 clicks to my site. Who cares? I paid $15 for that one lead. Where are you going to get a lead for $15? But you're thinking too big instead of thinking less. Less is more. Quality is better than quantity. Give quality. Be the most knowledgeable guy in those 5 neighborhoods and focus on those 5 neighborhoods that you have 5 clients in. That is the closest to your house, where you leave here and you're going 15 minutes this way, 15 minutes this way, 15 minutes this way, 15 minutes this way. You spend most of your time chasing good clients than chasing 45 minutes an hour. You're going out for 2 clients, spending 3 hours a day on 2 clients. That's asinine. I mean, you guys ought to get your head examined, because it's crazy to do that. That's because you don't get it. I did this when I first started. I'm not trying to sell you on something I didn't do. It's all duplicatable. It's not like I had a one-hit wonder one time that I've never been able to duplicate. But every time I've done this, it works.